Several NATO members have issued a joint statement warning Trump's Greenland threat risks, quote, a dangerous downward spiral. Socialist Antonio José Seguro is in the lead in the first round of Portugal's presidential elections, according to exit polls. The UK, Denmark, Finland, France, the Netherlands, Germany, Norway and Sweden have issued a joint statement saying Trump's Greenland threat risks, quote, a dangerous downward spiral and undermines transatlantic relations. The NATO members then went on to say that they stand in full solidarity with the Kingdom of Denmark and the people of Greenland and are ready to engage in a dialogue based on the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity. On Sunday, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez said in an interview a US invasion of Greenland would make Putin, quote, the happiest man on earth. He explained that any military action by the US against Denmark would damage NATO and legitimize the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. European leaders have pledged a united response after US President Donald Trump threatened fresh tariffs until Denmark agrees to sell Greenland. Socialist Antonio José Seguro is in the lead in Portugal's presidential elections, according to exit polls. The preliminary data shows his party is due to secure 30 to 35% of the total votes, followed by far-right Chega's André Ventura and João Cotrim de Figueiredo of the Liberal Initiative Party, who both seem to have a chance of securing the crucial second place. Luis Marques Mendes from the governing centre-right European People's Party is expected to secure just 8 to 11% of total votes. Turnout is expected to be 57 and 63%, a new record for Portugal. If candidates do not achieve 50% of votes, first and second place will go to a second round on the 8th of February. The Syrian government has announced an immediate nationwide ceasefire with the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces after taking control of nearly all the country, according to Syrian state media. Ceasefire ends nearly 2 weeks of fighting and forms part of a broader 14-point agreement that will see the SDF integrated into Syria's military and state institutions. The United States has welcomed the deal. Speaking in Damascus, President Ahmed al-Sarraj said details are to be finalized on Monday, adding that the deal was based on the spirit of an agreement signed in March. The deal is a major blow to Kurdish hopes to preserve the gains of de facto autonomous administration built during Syria's civil war. Syria's new leaders, since toppling Bashar Assad in December 2024, have struggled to assert their full authority over the war-torn country.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia's readying itself to carry out strikes against the country's nuclear power plants in an attempt to freeze Kyiv into submission. Zelensky slammed Moscow for its continued attacks, accusing them of showing no willingness to end the war and deliberately dragging on diplomatic processes. Kyiv says more than 200 drones were fired across Ukraine, targeting Kharkiv, Dnipro, Zaporizhia, Odessa and other regions, killing 2 people and injuring dozens, including 1 child. Attacks as of late have increasingly been targeting energy sites in what Ukraine says is a move intended to increase civilian suffering in the middle of winter. The repeated strikes caused thousands of homes to lose access to gas and electricity, prompting constant emergency repair and maintenance works. The attacks, according to Kyiv, have also escalated in severity, with this week alone seeing more than 1,300 drones, 1,000 guided aerial bombs, and over 24 missiles, including ballistics, being fired across the border. The Ukrainian president called on allies to boost support to his embattled country and ramp up pressure on Russia to force him to the negotiating table.